Welcome students to our today's video lecture. Our chapter we are doing 12th class mathematics and our chapter is integrals. And in this chapter we are doing definite integrals. In last class we studied how to do definite integral as limit of sum. Now today we will do definite integral by substitution. Let's start it with an example. I am taking a question integrating from -1 to 1 5 x to the power 4 x to the power 5 plus 1 in root dx. If I am supposed to calculate this definite integral, what will I do? First of all, the first step, forget all the limits. So, I will calculate this. For integrating 5 x to the power 4 in root x to the power 5 plus 1 and then dx. What I will do? I will substitute a value. I will put x to the power 5 plus 1 equals to t. And here differentiating both sides, it will get 5 x to the power 4 dx equals to dt. Now putting the value in our integral, it will become the value of this. You can easily see 5x to the power 4 dx. 5x to the power 4 dx is equals to dt. So I will put the value. I also put the value of dx x to the power 5 plus 1 equals to t in our integral. It will become root t, and for these values I have dt. Now I can easily integrate this. How? I will write it t to the power 1 by 2 and dt. We know how to integrate such problems. I will take t 1 by 2 plus 1 divided by 1 by 2 plus 1. It will give me t to the power 3 by 2 and in multiplication 2 by 3. This is the value of my integration. Now what I will do? I will put the value of these functions back in my integration. Let me clear this. Now, my integration of 5 x to the power 4 x to the power 5 plus 1 in square root dx with limits -1 to 1. It will be equal to -1 to 1. This is my answer. I will not write the limits here again. This is my answer, 2 by 3 t to the power 3 by 2. I will write 2 upon 3 and power 3 by 2. Now what I will do? I will put the value of t again back. जो यहाँ पर मैंने वैल्यू रखी थी x to the power 5 plus 1 equals to t, मैं उस t की वैल्यू को वापस से वही एज इट इज रखूंगा. ये हो जाएगा x to the power 5 plus 1. And you know, for definite integration of with limits, we substitute the it like this, 1 to -1. And what is the second step of this? In second step, we will write the upper limit, that is 1, and then minus lower limit. It will become 2 by 3 common, and the value of t is 1 to the power 5 plus 1. This is the value of upper limit, minus lower limit is -1, -1 to the power 5 plus 1. This is lower limit, and the powers are 3 by 2 and 3 by 2. This is the value. Now let me raise this also. What I will get? I will get 2 by 3 This bracket will solve to 2. 1 plus 1, 2. It will become 2 to the power 3 by 2 minus, what will the value of minus 1 to the power 5? It will be minus 1. And what it will meet with 1, minus 1 plus 1 equals to 0. So it will become 0 to the power 3 by 2. And when you will solve it, you will get 2 by 3 and 2 root 2 in place of 2 to the power 3 by 2. Now, we can easily solve this. It will give us 4 root 2 divided by 3. This is one way of doing definite integral with substitution. Now let's see an other method of doing definite integral with substitution. Let's write the question again. I am erasing it. In this case, what I will do, I will do the same substitution. This is my question. And how will I substitute? I will put the value of x to the power 5 plus 1 equals to t. It will again give me 5x to the power 4 dx equals to dt. But I will do one more thing. What is that? I will also change the limits of the integral. You can see here limits are minus 1 and 1. इसका मतलब क्या है जो लिमिट्स यहाँ पर दी हुई है? These are the values of value x. So it is x equal to minus 1 is the lower limit and x equal to plus 1 is the upper limit. I will convert this also in terms of t. When x equals to minus 1, first case, then t will be x to the power 5 plus 1, that is minus 1 to the power 5 plus 1, and it will become 0. So for x equal to minus 1, t equal to 0. And in second case, for upper limit x equal to 1, I will have x equal to 1. So t equals to x to the power 5 plus 1 again, and it will give 1 to the power 5 plus 1. It will become 2. So now I will substitute three things. First, the value of t. Second, the value of dt. And third, the values of limits for t. Now let's see what my determinant become. It will give me, for x equal to minus 1, I will put t equals to 0. For x equal to 1, I will put t equals to 2. For this place, I will write the value t. It will give me root t. And for these two values, 5x to the power 4 dx, I will have dt. So this is my definite integral. Here you will see the change that these I am taking the limits together. Upper limit and lower limit, I am changing also the limits. Now I will apply the same procedure. 0 to 2. What is the integration of root t? It will become t to the power 3 by 2 divided by 3 by 2. Let me write it. One more step, it will become t to the power 1 by 2. It will dt, it will give me t to the power 3 by 2 multiply 2 by 3 and with limits 0 to 2. Because my lower limit is 0 and my upper limit is 2. Now, this will give me value 2 by 3 common, and for upper limit 2 to the power 3 by 2 minus 0 to the power 3 by 2. When you will solve, you will get again 2 by 3. For this you will get 2 root 2 and the answer will be 4 root 2 divided by 3. You will see from both methods we are getting the same answer. Then what is the difference? For you, let me write the general formula of both of these. If you want, you can note this down. I am writing the difference in these two ways of doing definite integral with substitution. Let's have a look. First method, I will distribute this first and second. In first method, step 1 is substitute value of t. I will put the value of t. Second step, substitute value of dt. Step third, solve general integral for t. t की फॉर्म में था, उसको मैंने वैसे डेफिनेट इंटीग्रल सोल्व कर लिया. व्हाट इज स्टेप 4? कन्वर्ट back from t to x. t से मैंने इसको फिर से x में कन्वर्ट कर दिया. एंड द लास्ट स्टेप, put the लिमिट्स की वैल्यू रख दी. अब मेरे पास जो सेकंड मेथड है, जो दूसरा तरीका हमने किया, उसमें हमने क्या किया, उसमें मेरा स्टेप 1 था. स्टेप 1 वाज सब्स्टिट्यूट वैल्यू ऑफ t. स्टेप सेकंड, substitute value of dt. What was the third step? The additional step here, that was substitute value of limits. मैंने क्या किया था, यहां पर पहले ही लिमिट्स की वैल्यू रख दी थी टी वाले सब्स्टिट्यूशन के हेल्प से. देन सॉल्व, आई विल राइट इट, सॉल्व डेफिनेट इंटीग्रेशन फॉर टी एंड देन वैल्यू ऑफ लिमिट्स. ओके, यहां पर मैंने क्या किया, मैं एक बार दोबारा से आपके लिए रिकैप कर देता हूं. मैंने सबसे पहले t की वैल्यू सब्स्टिट्यूट की, dt की वैल्यू सब्स्टिट्यूट की, उसके बाद t की फॉर्म में मैंने इसका नॉर्मल इंटीग्रेशन किया विदाउट लिमिट्स. इंटीग्रेशन करने के बाद मैंने इसको वापस x में कन्वर्ट किया और फिर लिमिट्स रखी. ठीक है, पहले x से t में गए, सोल्व किया, फिर वापस हम लोग x में आए और फिर लिमिट्स रखी. दूसरा मेथड क्या कह रहा है, आप t के अंदर गए, वहीं पर सोल्व किया और साथ में लिमिट्स को भी ले गए और वहीं पर लिमिट्स की वैल्यू हमने रख दी. तो ये दोनों मेथड में डिफरेंस है. आंसर आपका हमेशा सेम आएगा. आप दोनों मेथड से डिफरेंस डेफिनेट इंटीग्रल बाय सब्स्टिट्यूशन कर सकते हैं. अब हम बात करते हैं प्रॉपर्टीज ऑफ डेफिनेट इंटीग्रल्स की. Here we have these 8 properties of definite integrals which helps a lot in reducing the size of definite integral problems and also making the problems very easy related to definite integrals. These are the 8 properties. We will prove them one by one. Let me read them for you. Property P0 says that integral a to b fx dx equals to integral a to b f t dt. Here x is replaced by t. P1, it says integral a to b fx dx equals to minus b to a fx dx. जब हम उनकी प्रॉपर्टीज को इंटरचेंज करते हैं तो हमारे पास साइन जो है नेगेटिव हो जाता है. देन थर्ड प्रॉपर्टी, it says integral from a to b fx dx is equals to A to C and then C to B of the same function of integral. This is property. Then P3 says integral of A to B fx dx equals to integral A to B f A plus B minus x dx. Then move to next property. This is a special case of P3. It says integral of 0 to A fx dx equals to integral 0 to A f A minus x dx. Then next property is P5. It says integral of 0 to 2A fx dx equals to 0 to A fx dx and then 0 to 2A f 2A minus x. This is the second property. Now P6 says 0 to 2A fx dx equals to 2 into 0 to A fx dx if f 2A minus x equals to fx, and it will give 0 if f 2A minus x equals to minus fx. P7, the last property, minus A to A fx dx equals to 2 into 0 to A fx dx when the function is even, that is f minus x equals to minus fx, and it gives a value of 0 when the function is odd, that is f minus x equals to minus fx. Now let's prove these properties one by one. I am starting with P0. On left hand side I have A to B fx dx. Now I can put the value of x equals to t. I simply put the value of x equal to t, so it will become A to B, limits will be same, and ft dt. This is the case. So the proof of P0 is very easy and obvious, that's why it is called P0. Now let's move to P1. Let me solve the LHS side. A to B fx dx. After solving it, definite integral, I will get something fb minus fa. Okay? I will take minus common, minus fa minus fb, and what is the value of this? This is equals to, see, it is just opposite, so it will become b to a fx dx. So the proof of P1 is here in front of you. This is the case. Now let's move to the second property. Now let's do P2. The value of this definite integral is fb minus fa. Similarly, for A to C, the value is, and in same way we can write for C to B fx dx. The value will be now you can see if you add these two, what you will get? These are the left hand side, addition of left hand side. It will give these will cancel out. and from this you can see it will be equals to so we have proved that this A to C, C to B is equals to A to B, Fx dx. This is the proof of P2. Now let's move to P3. For P3, let's take the LHS, the left hand side. And I will put the value I am doing this substitution. So from this you can calculate the value of limit. These are the limits. When you जब हम a रखेंगे तो t की वैल्यू b आ जाएगी and when you put b x equal to b so b कैंसिल हो जाएंगे t की वैल्यू a आ जाएगी. And one more thing, if I differentiate it from both sides, it will become dx equals to minus 3. Differentiating this one. Put all these values in the definite integral. Minus from there. Okay. Now, from property P0. We can change the variable from x to t or t to x. I will apply this here. Here we go. And from property P1, अगर मेरे पास में मैं उनको लिमिट्स को इंटरचेंज करता हूं तो साइन becomes negative. So I will change the limits here and the there one minus the addition and it will make positive. So starting with here and we got this. So this is the proof of P3. This is P3. Now let's move. I am again writing P3 to prove P4. Now here if I put 0 in lower limit and a in upper limit, same value will be changed here. In place of a I put 0, so 0 plus. In place of b I put a minus x dx. So it will become this is the proof. So you can see easily this is the proof of P4. So we can say P4 is a special case of P3. Now let's do P5. Now using P2, I can write it as now you can see for proving P5, the first integral is same. I just need to work on second integral and let's do it. For second integral, I am making a substitution. This is differentiating both sides. Changing the limits by substitution. When x equal to 0, t equals to 2a. And when x equals to 2a, when x equals to a, I will do this for the same. When x equals to a, my value of t will become a. And when x equals to 2a, I will put it at 2a, value of t will become 0. Now I will put these values in my second integral. I am writing it here. For a, I will put a, for 2a I will put 0, and for x I will put 2a minus t. And because of this minus sign, dx equals to minus dt, this will become a minus. Now, from previously used identities, I can change t into x from p0, and I can also change the limits, reverse the limits from p1. It will become so this is the proof of the P5. This is proof. Now let's move to P6. For proving P6, we will use the P5. Let me write it. Now see what I am supposed to prove. He is saying when 2a minus x equals to fx. When this is equals to my value of fx, what will happen? It will become, let me write it. This is a. When my integral will become 0 to 2a fx dx. I will put the value of f 2a minus x equals to fx. And both of these integrals will be added because both of them are same. Now the second part, when f of 2a minus x equals to minus f of x. First integral is as it is. Now I will put the value of f2a minus x equals to as minus fx. So it will become and both of these will cancel out. It will give 0. So this is the proof for FT6. Now our last property of definite integrals. Let's start with LHS. From this P to A to B, I will distribute it like this. माइनस A से A तक जाने के लिए माइनस A to 0 fx dx plus 0 to A fx dx. Now I can write it like using previous properties I can convert these into this form. Now if function is even, that is f of minus x equals to fx, it will become because both of these integrals will be same and they will add up and give this. For case second, when function is odd, what will become? And these will cancel out and gives 0. This is the proof of our last property of definite integrals. So these are properties and this is the proof. You can try the questions of exercise 7.10 and 11. These are based on these properties. So this is all for our today's class. Thank you very much for watching the video. Thank you very much.